To level up your game.net and distribute with 4Kings versus XT. EuroCup Group B match. We're starting off on Dreadful Place, following Yoko to start. So, hello Vor.
How's it going, Dadis?
This is going alright. A bit messy start there.
Yeah, not very professional, is it?
No. Thank God we're not getting paid for this.
Oh, what? We're not?
Oh. Let that one slip. Yeah, Yoko not doing much at the moment, but we're going to stick with him because...
It's a good position to be in, though, because he will be blocking off that route into quad.
There we go. Perfect play from him so far. I mean, probably would have wanted to do a heavier shotgun. Oh.
Yeah, he's having trouble getting this last hit.
Oh, but there you go. Quad damage. Perfect for him. Good start from 4Kings. This is Zentorium's map pick, and they have been strong on it in the past. If you want to just run down the teams or after this quad. Good shotgun work from Yoko. It's the only gun we've seen him with so far. I mean, ideally with quad you want a lightning gun, but you can still do a lot of damage with a shotgun.
Yeah, and he's certainly picked up quite a few kills on this run. What's that? 6 kills now?
Yeah, puts 4Kings in the lead. So what are the teams for?
Well, for Zenithorium we have the Starman Puri, backed up by FRS, Provi and Wit. And for 4Kings, Jocko, who we just saw dominate with that quad run. Chrysler, the Checkstar, Dibby and DK.
So pretty high-skilled teams there. Of course, this is EuroCup. You would expect that from every team. Who's going to be your favourite today, then, Vor?
Well, you have to go with the 2-star players for each team as being Puri and Chrysler, but what a start Jocko's had to this map. He was currently 8 for 1 after that impressive quad run.
Now, on Wit's point of view for Zentorium. And it looks like both teams are interested in holding this red armour. That's generally seen as the primary location you want to get control of on this map. But it's not the only area you might want to hold, is it, Vol?
No, there's other areas you can hold. Even if you are aiming to hold that red armour area, you can make do with the mega or the yellow area and stack up for trying to take over that favoured red area.
We actually see Wit got that last red armor. He's got 125 armor. He's got a shaft and a shotgun. He should have picked up the shaft ammo down below. He's only got 7 left here, but XT are definitely in a better position for the quad, and this is a map where position means everything. Last minute rush though from 4Kings up the bounce pad. DK takes it. Good bit of armor as well, and a shaft. And there you go. First one going down. Wit. It's actually surprising they lost out there, Vor.
Yeah, it was, but 4Kings are just not willing to give that quad up. Quite often this map can be a good idea to give the quad up and look to sit back and ambush, but they kept the attack up and managed to take it.
Very heavy shotgun there from Puri, but wasn't enough to save his life as DK got that final frag, putting 4Kings in a 10 frag lead 3 minutes into the map. 4Kings, of course, famed for their really strong starts to maps, Vor.
Yeah, and this time the strong start is just due to having 2 reasonably good quad runs. I think that was a 3 frag quad run, and the first run we saw from Jocko was 5 frags, so already picked up 8 frags from quads. And that could be the difference on this map. Not only the frags you pick up from setting up quad and the easy kills you can get as the other team moves in for it, but you can get some good runs as well if you're lucky.
Yeah, I have to say this map, you don't often see great runs with the quad getting a lot of frags, so if you manage to pull a few together, then you've got a massive advantage going forward. Nice rail from Wit, misses the second though and loses out on the red armour as a result. But XT have taken over this red. There they go, Mega up on its perch. That's stolen by XT as well, so they've got a big advantage going forwards in the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, and it'll be time to look to set up that quad quite soon, and having got the best of the recent items, that'll put Zenithorium in a heavy advantage for it.
I mean, on this map, you often see teams set it up 40 seconds early, at least 30. I mean, Wit's going there pretty late now, but he does have a teammate or 2 already in
the whole
position.
Team is in good positions as well.
And this is definitely a strength of XT we've seen in previous matches, in previous seasons, is very coordinated as a team. Good kill on the bounce pad, very easily taken. Puri, the main man, the Swedish International quad runner. He takes it, gets a couple of frags straight away. Mega Health is up on its spot. Yoko, it looked like, knew the time of it, was on his way to collect. He goes
Unlucky
down
on
unfortunate spawn, yeah.
And again he's going to go down.
Yeah, if Puri ran back the same way, probably would spawn in the same spot. Again, DK, Dibby going to follow? This is a mega
really
run.
Nice attempt at an ambush, but look at Puri's health. He's still over 100 health.
And it was exactly those seconds before the power-up spawn. That was stolen away by DK, that red armor. Must have got a time on it. That could be... You would think, in some ways, it's important to steal those items. But if you don't really do anything else than that, you've just basically lost a frag for nothing. I mean, it's 5 seconds before the red. If 4K attack again, then it was worth it, but... I'm not sure it's as much an advantage anymore as it used to be in Quake 3. Anyway, quarter of the map played. 10 frags is the difference. XT on top now with that fantastic Puri quad run. And then brilliant quad setup so far. We'll have to see what 4K can do. Of course, this is the XT map pick, so it's not really surprising they're strong on it. The other map just chosen was Grim Dungeons. 2 of my favourite maps to watch, I have to say, at the moment, Vol.
Yeah, I think out of the new maps, well, you can't consider some of the maps actually new, but out of the recent additions to the map pool with Deep Inside, Intervention, this and Purgatory, I have to say this is my favourite map out of all the new ones.
It's very much like Hidden Fortress in the sense you have to set up that quad early, and as a result you've got a very focused area for combat and get some clean quads out of it as well. DK in a good defensive position, but defending against 2 rocketers is pretty difficult with a shotgun. Debut of that quad though for 4K.
Yeah, I was quite surprised that Xenatorium weren't really much of a presence at that quad. Their attack was way too late.
We'll have to go back and look at that red armor that DK stole, and maybe that is an important steal going forwards. I mean, if you take an item off one team, it means they can't push out as far, it means they can't dominate your side of the map. They have to sit back and wait for the next armor while you can stack up, and then you're in a much better position. Puri
has moved out and stolen that yellow, and steals like that are so key as well.
Oh, unfortunately he went down there to Creaser, dropped his lightning gun, and Creaser's got the rail as well out of it, and Creaser is one of the best team deathmatch players in the world.
A good rocket, so pushing back Dibby. Creaser couldn't get an angle for the shot to help his teammate out.
I think as Wit just turned his back as Creaser peeked his head around the corner. But Creaser's staying a bit too long there with his rail out, although does pick up that yellow, so he's still looking pretty decent to put out some pressure. Oh! Nice frag on Wit. And look at that spawn.
Yeah, that's the danger of what Wit did. I mean, he was looking to move out and do some damage, but if you end up stuck in a bad spawn cycle, you can give away more than just the one frag.
20 seconds until this quad will make that 15. Creaser moving in. Their XT just caught them all moving in, but they don't really have the weaponry 4Kings or the players to really do much at the moment, except for Creaser does.
He's hitting every rail at the moment. This is really good play.
Oh my god, that rail was brilliant. It's a pity he missed that point blank. Oh, right, I didn't switch to quad. Don't know what happened.
DK has the quad.
DK.
18 health though. He needs some health or he won't be able to do anything with this quad.
Okay, on DK's POV. He's going to get a mega. Should have got the 225s first, really, because now he doesn't really have a health advantage. Looking for those frags. Oh my god! FRS a little bit slow to react.
I'm surprised. I mean, in that position, you should have been able to see the glow of the quad coming round, unless, of course, he doesn't have the lighting on.
Yeah. Well, a lot of players obviously play with Vertex, so you don't get those glows of the power-up items. Nice frags from Provi with the Plasma, and Plasma's definitely a powerful weapon on this map.
Yeah, but it is. Going back to that dynamic lighting thing, I mean, we of course played 4Kings on this map the other week, and I actually managed to get 2 direct rocket kills on quad, literally the moment it came around the corner, just because I could see the glow already coming. it's a really key advantage to have.
Yeah, I mean, you do perhaps lose out in a bit of general visibility, but not really enough for the gains you get, I think. Here we go, look how close the score is now. 67 to 64, make that 65, 2 frags game. 35 seconds before the quad. Yoko's got a double red stack somehow. And I have to say, Yoko is the worst player to play against in the world.
Yeah, his warping connection is pretty much not fun to play against.
Yeah, of course, we're kind of bitter because 4Kings beat us in our first match in the group stage last week. They beat us on this map despite we leading the whole game pretty much, just like XT really. Here you go, 4Kings moving in 5 seconds before the quad. And looks like they've secured this.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for Zenitorium to get in, and yeah, good decision really not to attack. They would have just given away more and more frags.
Here's Dibby. Recently played in the Nations Cup final. It's one of the key players grabbing victory for Sweden against Poland. Now trying to repeat that feat.
Oh, he's found the whole of Zenitorium there.
Oh god, those 2 rails. Straight across, waiting for him to peek out.
You can see on this map that it does take some amount of luck to have good quad runs, because it is a very easy map to evade quad on. You have such long stretches to run that as long as you get warning from your team, it's impossible for the quad to catch up with you. You just keep moving around the map.
What a grenade, brilliant on Puri. Puri very aggressive with that shaft there. You can see Dibby's team are all across the other side of the map there. We see the tiles through it, but he's gonna wait, was he? No, in the end he doesn't. 5 frag advantage to 4Kings. I'm just gonna switch away from Dibby, see what FRS is doing. He's got the mega hell, he's got a rail, he's peeking in to this red armor area. Definitely a good thing to do, but that definitely wasn't getting hit by the grenades. And this rail basement, usually the key area to try and control, is it, Vor?
Well, it's an area you'll always see contested, obviously, with both teams wanting to take rail, and 4Kings moved in just at the right time then. DK was supporting Chrysler, who picked up that rail. And that's what it takes, is the time, and you want to have a teammate supporting you.
Wow, well that's a very good attack from XT. I mean, Wit, it's some great rails there, and he's still tanked to the brim, ready for this quad. He's going to have to watch this high attack from 4Kings. He loses all his armies, only 1 health. He eventually goes down. But Provi takes the quad, and he's got a nice amount of ammo with the LG.
Oh no, that's unlucky. But as we said in the previous game, it's dangerous to move out through those tight doorways unless you send your team ahead of you. They're perfect positions to ambush.
I have to say, he perhaps got a little bit excited there. And by the way, the stream's not lagging, this is just following Yoko, and I'm not sure we should keep following him. We're going to switch around. DK's got nothing, so let's have another look. FRS attacking this basement rail area. There's 2 4Kings players there. 3 in fact. He gets 1 frag. He actually did a lot of good damage there. In fact, yeah, it takes 2 of them out. The 4Kings are not in a great position here. He's not got much health though. He's going to have to... Oh my god!
Real clutch shotgun hit.
Teams are tied.
Now he would have been going down there to try and get a time on the rail. I'm not sure they did manage to get a time, so 4Kings will be the team in position for it.
He should have a rough idea when it was picked up, because it was picked up by Chrysler, I believe, while he was fighting down there with the shotgun.
This game is astonishingly close at the moment, 85 apiece. Of course, XT come on the back of a loss in their first round match.
Yeah, they lost 2-1 to, who was it, Enemy Unknown?
Yeah, the qualifiers. XT were an invite. 4Kings coming off that victory against Immune. Team still tied, 20 seconds till the quad. This will be the third and last quad.
Good for it again. Wit's got quite a lot of armour.
Looking very sexy there, Wit. Got LG, he's got a rail, he's got plasma, shotgun gives the up if he goes that route as well afterwards. Take out Dibby, you've got a nice shaft in your hand. Will Puri take it? He does.
Yep. 2 players for Zenithorium who had really good armor stacks.
Yeah, that's very impressive work from them. I mean, when you've got a map with a power-up that you can control, it's so important to have players set up and ready for that power-up with armor, with weapons. It's no good going there early with nothing, because you're just going to get overrun, and even if you get quad, it's going to go down pretty quick. But XT definitely masters at doing that so far this map. Good quad run again by Puri. Oh, that's excellent. Surprised he didn't pull out the rail there on the bounce pad, but...
Yeah, his rail was a bit off there, Puri. He missed about 4 or 5 shots. Unlucky for him, he could have killed both those players had his aim been as on as it normally is.
XT a century. They pass. 4Kings still chasing that, not far away themselves. Oh, that was a bit bizarre rail from Puri. Totally misinterpreting where the spawn was, I think. And you have to say this map is definitely about efficiency in the damage you do on spawners. So many kills seem to be off spawns.
Yeah, the way this map plays is, you know, if you die once, you have such a high chance of spawning next to the enemy.
It's a bit like Grim Dungeons, the next map. If you can be efficient on those spawn kills, then you've got a massive frag advantage over the other teams if they're not.
The way both maps play, where it's so, you know, one team's at Mega, one team's at Red, and invariably you'll get a kill and then they'll keep spawning on your side of the map.
Here we go, XT in position again, and 4Kings are basically nowhere.
Yeah, and they're going to struggle to get in here again, and Puri once more has good armor, and this could be a problem for 4Kings.
Oh, Wit's got even better armor.
Exactly.
So it's Wit,
this is really good.
Wit and Puri every time with armor, turning up to that quad. It's brilliant play.
No, I don't know what Wit's doing. He's got the guns to just run at him.
Spawn might just spawn right there. He did. You have to go down to that rail. Oh! He'll be really annoyed that his rails let him down there. Because he could have got quite a few more kills with quad. Misses another rail. This is pretty dominant play at the moment from XT. They're just running all over the map.
Yeah, while still maintaining control of that red area.
4Kings are going to have to be careful. There's only one quad left now. It's 20 frag difference. It's going to be very hard to bring it back.
Yeah, really, they would have to play well up until this quad and hopefully close the gap to 10, maybe 15.
Do be doing his best to try and do that, but he goes down to Wit's machine gun, and Wit's in a good position to defend this quad area. Still 40 seconds is quite early so far on this map. I mean, neither team's really gone that early to set it up.
And really on this map, you can go as soon as you have items. You don't want to go to quad early with no items, but as soon as you've got some items, you can go there and easily defend quad without really taking much damage if your positioning is good.
Yeah, I mean, it was so important for 4Kings to get in early there, but maybe XT, I thought, might have gone there and secured it. Looks like they haven't. Still 19 frag difference. It's going to be hard.
The onus is on 4Kings to take this quad and then somehow find 19 frags.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I can't see it happening.
Exactly.
The biggest quad we've ever seen, I think, was that first one by Yoko.
Would have been that XT overcommit to the quad and then lose, you know, 5 or 6 frags maybe.
This is impossible for Cruiser to attack them there, and well, he's picked up rail now, so he's got a chance, but look at the distance he's got to cover, the angles, and yeah, brilliant play from XT. That was so well defended, very clearly thought out. And this first map is going to go to Zenithorium.
Yeah, they won their map pick, as they would, you know, themselves expect to do.
that'll take us on to Grim Dungeons.
Yeah, it's a map that XT certainly aren't weak on either, so 4Kings will have to up their game from what we've seen on this map.
4Kings, previous champions of ClanBase, previous champions of ESL. They're definitely one of the top teams.
Very different lineup though for those victories in those competitions.
Yeah, some players have moved on. Verb and Zik, Polish national team players, moved on to serious gaming.
There's certainly players you can't replace easily.
Vote now. Passed.
4Kings definitely plays a very clever tactical game. They're very efficient and they defend well. They do all the right things, but I mean, when you lose players like Zik and Verb, their raw ability, sometimes it's very hard to replace them.
They would be missed in any lineup. It doesn't matter who else is in the team.
A bit like me and you, Vore.
Yeah, certainly.
So, Grim Dungeons. I love this map, Vore. Such a brilliant map to spectate and to play. What are the key elements about this map that make it such a good map?
The first obvious difference to the previous map is that this is a double power-up map. We've got the introduction of Battle Suit on here, which is massive damage reduction of 75%. And really, you'd have to say on this map, it's superior to quad in a hell of a lot of situations. You have to be an exceptional player to get an advantage against the suit. You have to time your attack perfectly and make no mistakes, otherwise the suit will punish you severely.
This map is unique in Quake, whereas the item it's missing is the plasma gun, rather randomly. But it definitely kind of reduces the amount of spam, I guess.
The plasma would be an exceptionally strong gun on this map. You can imagine how difficult it would be to push certain corridors if there was a hail of plasma spam coming down them.
So perhaps a very clever design there from id all those years ago. This is, of course, one of the original Quake 3 maps.
That, but I think the original design had BFG on it, so maybe not too much credit, as they didn't actually come up with this item layout. Of course, that was a community effort. I can't remember the name of whoever came up with it.
It was the TMP, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Anyway, it lives on in Quake Live now. Teams remain the same: Krisa, Yoko, DK and Dibby for 4Kings. For XT, FRS, Provi, Puri and Wit. Both with team changes from last season. Wit new to XT and Dibby to 4Kings. Both experienced players though, played at the highest level. And just full of national team players here as well, Vol.
Yeah, I mean, everyone in this game plays for various nations teams, other than DK, who has been a bit inactive as far as German national team participation goes.
Although they did do well without him, we have to be said, coming fourth in the Nations Cup. Behind Denmark, Poland and champion Sweden.
Impressive.
Which is represented on either team here with Puri and Dibby. And we're just waiting for DK to ready up now. I mean, I guess you'd have to say the primary location on this map that teams want to control is that red armor area. You have a very good access to Battlesuit, but it's perfectly viable to hold the quad side of the map, isn't it, Vor?
Yeah, and it depends a lot on power-ups as well as to which becomes the favoured side at different times. You know, if you have an early quad, then you can't really sit at that red the whole time. You have to move in on the yellows.
Wow, this is the most bizarre start I think I've ever seen in that area. 2 players. Oh my god, nice kill from Yoko and Puri. Wow, and there we go, the famed 4Kings start. Already 6-1 up. They're just so good at starting these maps. Second red will be up in a second. Gyoko does want it, but he's only got 15 health. He's going to leave it for a teammate. There's Battlesuit
Look at
up.
how early those power-ups are. 31 seconds they spawned.
Oh my god, Puri going down.
Yeah, but Wit does have the quad.
Who is it? Wit. There we go. On his point of view now with that quad.
So good start by 4Kings has immediately been nullified by losing out on 2 power-ups.
Yeah. I mean, you can never expect that normally. That
But
early.
no one ever goes power-ups that early. I mean, sometimes you might be near them, but you'll never be set for them when they spawn on 31 seconds.
Impressive.
Good job down from Whip, putting him in a very good position to hit a couple of rails and get an easy kill on DK, although of course DK falls into the void rather than getting the kill. Oh, Whip just bottles it there, that was...
Impressive.
a bit weird, the way he ran out of there. But anyway, shotgun room controlled by Wit at the moment. So 4Kings on the yellow side of the map. Actually, we can see the icons through the wall that XT were moving down into that lower area.
Yeah, and if they put pressure on low, all Wit has to do is hold strong in this position and look for some potential rails of people coming up the bounce pad from low, or just make sure they can't move into red basically while the rest of his team puts pressure on.
It's important here that 4Kings really just hold their ground and make sure they get a power up.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 yellows on their side of the map, and rocket launcher and lightning gun, and potentially rail if they can get a time on that.
Impressive.
Well, there we go. They've moved in from the rail position. It seems like XT weren't set up very strongly at all. Wit does switch to the wrong gun really there, and eventually goes down because of it.
Unfortunately, he didn't have a rocket. He could have probably got himself out of there if he did have one, but only had the lightning gun and rail to work with.
4Kings have done an amazingly timed push to win over the red armor area, but surely they're going to miss out on quadville.
Yeah, they got battlesuit though.
Who's got the quad?
Provi, 100 armor, but no rocket launcher. Oh no, of course he doesn't want rocket launcher with quad. He's got the LG that he needs.
There we go. Is it going to be an ambush on quad? No. Yes, there it is.
That's a great move from the battlesuit. That's exactly what you have to do. You have to push quad in those tight areas.
There we go. All 3 XT players going down, including the power up. Brilliant work from Dibby there. And 4Kings.
Yeah, he did exactly the right thing. Don't let quad get into the open areas of red armor. And quad versus battlesuit in those tight areas is only ever going to be one winner.
Yeah. I mean, quad actually did pretty well to evade the battlesuit at first, dive down, got up the bounce pad, but I mean, as soon as you got up that bounce pad, you're a sitting duck, really. You've got to be pretty well 200 armor to survive.
Prepare to fight.
There we go, get time back in.
2, 1, fight.
4Kings. I mean, when the scoreline looks like that, it looks really commanding. They've got...
FRS is having a nightmare start to this game. But that can happen if you don't find yourself with weapons. It's almost impossible to get kills on this map.
You can also get some really bad spawns, as we talked about earlier. I'm going to cycle around, double change. Ooh, Provi on the rail with a teammate there. I think they've got 2 rails now, XT, so 4Kings really defensive, not really pushing that area. This could cost them, in fact, 4Kings. If XT use these rails well to defend quad, they could do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and Provi's already hit 1 rail onto Chrysler. 2 rails, that'll force him to back off.
100% rail? Oh my god, good drop down, but...
Got a teammate helping him, he should pick up the kill here. Oh, he's moved away.
20 seconds before the power-ups now. Now, we know from experience that 4Kings like to try and push early. Although it was in the days of... there we are, though. They have taken over this quad. Seem rather silently, actually, like XT didn't comms their team. Brilliant play from 4Kings there. And Yoko steals it.
This could be a double power-up.
Battlesuit, yeah, taken by Dibby, and he's stacked. So, the problem was there... XT decided to have 2 players down at
Yeah.
yellow armor, when really 20 seconds to go you should all be up at quad, making sure it's defended or pushing the battlesuit.
Yeah, and I think that was well communicated by 4Kings. I'm pretty sure that we saw Probbie drop down sometime before the quad and attack that 4Kings player at the lower yellow, and I think they must have made a call to attack quad at that time. And with the Zenithor players out of position down at that lower yellow, it was no problem for 4Kings to take over that quad area.
So 4Kings control the lightning gun yellow as well, and this is serious trouble for XT. They need to at least control that lower yellow and get a couple of weapons, then move out and take back the quad yellow. Or take advantage of the fact that there's fewer players at the red and push on the red.
Yeah, and DK is still managing to hold on to that quad area.
You've got options here, but you need to choose one and make sure you commit everybody to it.
I know exactly what they need to do there. They moved in with weapons and have killed DK, and now they've retaken control of that quad area. But they are short on resources.
Dibby, oh my god, doing a lot of damage. Great dodging, gets a brilliant rail frag. Oh my
Another
god,
one as well.
very nice. 60% rail as well. Two impressives. They've taken over quad at the right time again.
Oh, but he's missing his shots.
He needs to
now.
use his LG, yeah, there you go. Does go down, but Yoko's right on the spot still.
Important kill by Puri. That would have been another double power up if he had not made that kill on Jocko then.
Puri really should get in the doorway with that rocket, you would have thought. It's only 2 seconds till quad. But no rush from 4Kings. They're pretty happy to sit for the battle then.
Yeah, they'd already had 3 deaths just prior to that quad, so they had to back off and just settle for battlesuit.
Brilliant kill from Creaser there with the rockets. Just controlling his temptation. Although quad, look, just stole the red. What a kill on him. Perfect rocket, perfect rail. Team helping him as well.
When you got those dynamic lights enabled, you can just make the rockets absolutely perfect onto the quad in situations like that.
Just see the quad. Exactly where he moved without actually seeing the player.
Honestly, I'd actually think they should take that out of the game, really. Being able to see the power-ups so clearly.
Well, no, I think they should have it in the game, but they should make power-ups stronger.
Maybe.
It's your one chance, you know. If you see a glow, you can hide or escape from it.
Well, a map like this, so it's very, very easy to hit those rockets around the corners.
Then the quad just needs to be more careful. I mean, if you're going to run straight out from the red armor, they're going to expect you to run straight for the stairs, aren't they? And that's exactly what he did. If you just dive straight into the middle, they're going to shoot a rocket, it's going to miss, then you can move towards the stairs. Or dummy a movement. Anyway, good push on quad again. Yoko in it. I mean, it's just it looks pretty bad for XT at the moment. 4Kings just your favourite word for dominating.
Yeah, they are. And this is exactly how you need to play this map. You take control of one area, start pushing out. Once you've killed the team in the other part of the map, you just don't let them settle anywhere.
Brilliant push from Wit there. What a kill. That was so good. He's got 4 seconds to wait till this battlesuit. He's in position for it. Puri taking the quad. In fact, this could be a double power for XT now. It is! And what the hell? Just overextended themselves there then. Red armor is up if one of the power-ups wants to grab it. Oh, brilliant rocket kill from Wit again. It's got very good rockets today.
Yeah, and they really need this if they want to come back into this game.
It's already 30 odd frags. That's good thought from Wit there to rocket jump over. He would never have made it just jumping.
Well, the knockback isn't much on the suit, but it's a much safer idea.
And now XT seemingly control this red armor, as Wit's right on top of the rail.
Some more damage than his light there, having to rocket himself.
Wow, knew the time of rail perfectly
DK
though.
right in front of his face. Lucky not to make a hit then. He could have found himself hitting 2 players with 1 rail then if he was a bit more lucky.
Well, Wit's having a pretty good game so far. Every time we've spectated him, so perhaps he's a bit lucky. I'm going to cycle around though and have a look at 4Kings and what they're up to. Well, Yoko's not really got anything. It's got grenades, and when you've got grenades in this area, you do need to just start spamming them. Just causing a little bit of danger, so you don't get rail players diving. What is going on? No one in the shotgun room. Look what Jocko could do. Didn't quite take full advantage of the situation he found himself in there, though. So quad at first for. Bit of a delay till Battlesuit, only 4 seconds.
Yeah, it doesn't really force Xenatorian to move in on it. It's not really enough time to get it to the suit and catch suit out. But it will be enough time to move in high to red.
Well, Battlesuit delayed. There, where's the...
Yeah, that was
wow.
bad. Going up that bounce pad with no armour, even with the suit, quad will still make easy work of you.
Yeah, that was pretty mindless play there.
I mean, he had plenty of time to go and look for a yellow armour, get himself something, rather than just dive straight up that bounce pad.
It's one of those mistakes we see repeated over and over and over, even by the world's best players, for that they don't seem to...
If the team is already attacking and you feel the need to get in there straight away, even if you know it's not a good idea.
I think you find with TDM is it just clouds the mind sometimes, the rapid pace of the game. I mean, watching it is so much easier to see what's going on around you, especially as you've got all the times up on the screen on stream, but when you're playing in game it definitely feels a lot faster. Time flies and you have to make split-second decisions, at least you think you do. Same as any sport, I guess, at the highest level.
Yeah, exactly.
So following Wit again. Waiting on this red, he's going to take that, so he's 120, he's got a lightning and a rocket.
He has to be careful not to lose.
Well, they're going to push, aren't they?
Armor.
Quad.
I'm surprised there's no 4Kings players there, but Wit's backing off.
It's interesting, why is he doing that? They could have moved in and taken control of quad there. I know Battlesuit's first, but...
The quad is first.
Oh, sorry, yeah, it is, isn't it? Oh,
And he had a teammate there holding the position.
And he was stacked with weapons, so it
So we'll
seems
see what happens then.
a strange choice.
Oh, it's no longer stacked now.
Yeah, they just decided to ensure they got Battlesuit.
And
But
quad has not been picked up.
Yeah, and this is what... There you go, Dibby. I think he only took it then because guy came out the bounce pad. They were probably going to delay it a little bit further. What's he doing?
Seconds.
Oh my god!
And if he just delays the suit here, waits 5... Gonna have 5 seconds of quad.
Oh my god! That was so clutch, that kill. He's at 10 health.
Yeah, it was very risky.
I think it was a bit rash, and he does eventually go down without getting a further kill.
And as I was saying, if he'd have just waited out, Battlesuit would have expired, he'd have 5 seconds of quad to move in and just get, a couple of kills. He did make the kill, but it cost him a lot of health to do it.
And we lost the red armor out of that.
Yeah. I mean, there's no sense in delaying quad unless you're actually going to delay it, let the suit run, and then move in with the remaining time on quad.
It's not a massive delay though, 5 seconds, but it's turned the power-ups around, which means quad spawns after. I think 4Kings won't be too fussed now about controlling the quad, because they can just leave one stack guy there. They would presume XT aren't really going to try and attack it. I mean, last time Battlesuit was after and they committed everybody to Battlesuit, so... Now
as we said though, they've lost control of the map completely, 4Kings, and the difference now is only 12 frags. Not the 40 plus it was earlier in this map.
You'd have to say this would be a bit of a shock result if XT were to take it. They already won the first map, remember. But if they were to beat 4Kings 2-0 after losing their first match, and of course 4Kings I think have been in practically every final since the start of Quake Live, this could be a massive result. There we go, Puri gets the battle suit pretty easily. There was pressure from 2 players down low. Yoko, who's got enough health and armor to survive that rail shot. But what's he going to do now? The battle suit's right there waiting, hits the rail shot, almost a second, and does take him out. Puri was screaming though, surprisingly.
Yeah, he was temporarily pinned on that wall by the LG, and he's actually very lucky that Jocko wasn't.
Well, that was an interesting route. He did get a nice frag out of it. I expected him to actually just stay at ELG yellow or red, but they've lost red out of that now.
Yeah. It perhaps wasn't the wisest thing because, with that battlesuit still first, it's probably still the prime position, the red armour. Doesn't look like this attack's going too well either.
Excellent.
But having said that, Puri somehow managed to stay alive, picking up that 50 health.
I always tell people that are just starting the game, like, when you rush into an area to attack, the best thing you can do is just survive. Sure, you want to be dishing out damage, but you want to get in angles where people can't kill you easily without them moving to you and exposing their own positions. And running into this area especially, there's loads of areas to hide behind, loads of pillars and walls. And the longer you can survive, the more chance it gives your teammates of getting back in the room and supporting you again if they've just died. There we go, 4K, hit the century. It's 17 frags the difference to XT. That's, I mean, it's not a small amount, but it's not a large amount. It's possible. There's 2 sets of power-ups left.
Yeah, 4Kings really, they've stepped the game up the last minute or so because the score was down to as much as 9 frags, the difference.
What a good kill by DK. Rocket rail combo there. Here we go, the first power up spawns the battlesuit. Dibby takes it, bloody hell. Puru's rocket almost hitting him. Wit gets the quad and he's taken the rail route, and if he can be quick, right, he's been spotted. This could be dangerous. I think he guessed the wrong way for the battlesuit there. Did get the frag, didn't do enough damage to the battlesuit in the end. And 4Kings retain control of this red armor area.
And they've even moved in on the quad as well. DK is going to sit there. They can't get rid of DK at this quad. I think it's pretty much game over. They have pushed him away though.
We could potentially be going to a third map then. I'll have to say that Hidden Fortress was already eliminated by 4Kings. And Deep Inside was eliminated by Zentorium, so potential maps, Intervention, Purgatory, and Realm of Steel Rats for the third map. And from them, you'd have to say Realm of Steel Rats is the most likely, what do you think?
I think so, because I think that Zentorium will eliminate Intervention, and 4Kings will eliminate Purgatory.
Just slowly dying down the game now. The last power-ups are going to spawn in 20 seconds, and XT just did so well for so long, and then 4Kings, as you said, just kind of stepped up the game.
Yeah, they had to, because that lead was going to be pretty much close to nothing if Zentorium had kept that play up for even 30 seconds longer.
Yes, Dibby, the starman for 4Kings again. I think every team needs this. They need a guy who's going to take the power-ups. That Puri for XT, he's not got any health or armor though. Some guy who's going to be the one to put his hand in the air and say, I'll do a job. And Dibby's been that man for 4Kings and Puri for XT. There we go, quad runs out, and there we see the advantage there. Sorry, battlesuit ran out.
Yeah, I mean, he would never have killed a suit in that position before it ran out. It's the exact right time to move in, just as it's expiring. Goes down instantly as soon as that suit wears off.
And you see XT are taking control of the red now. Obviously it's too little too late though, but it's just about players getting a little bit excited, rushing and being a bit rash about things, I think. I mean, we can't be too critical of anything as XT go over a century.
No, I mean, unless you've got someone telling you the exact moment that the power-up is going to wear off. I mean, it's hard to take that in while you're playing, thinking about exactly when it's going to wear off, so you know exactly when you need to move in and take advantage. It's a lot to think about. Of course, we have all the times on screen, so it's very easy for us to sit there and say that.
Okay, it's just going to stop the VOD now, so join us for the third map on the next VOD.